We are going to analyze how we can flood, we can cause a flooding using two virtual machines. We have Alice and we have Bob virtual machine, both running Kali Linux. Now just to quickly check if they are connecting, they can connect with one another. Type af-config command. As you can see, Alice has this IP address and Bob has this one. Just to do a quick check, I'll just ping Alice machine. And as you can see, they can communicate. So if Bob can communicate with Alice, it's most likely that Alice will be able to communicate with Bob. Okay, so the idea of this video is to flood Bob machine from Alice with two different tools. Okay, so let's start. Well, since we are going to flood Bob with Alice, it's a good idea to have a tool here on Bob to check the data flow incoming. And a great tool that I found out is nload. You can install it with this command because it's not installed by default on Kali, so you'll have to install it. Okay. And after it's installed, just have to run it, and as you can see, we have this quite nice interface that shows the incoming flow. Okay, this is our IP address. Do a quick check. As you can see, we have some data incoming. If by some reason you are having problems connecting both machines, a setting that I found out to work like most of the times, it's using going to network settings over here and change the adapter to bridge adapter. Okay, you might need to restart the machine or take the interface down and restart it to have the new IP address. Okay, but this option is what I found to be the most useful to communicate between two virtual machines. Now, okay, so nload is running on Bob and we got Alice ready to fire. Okay, we are using nping. Okay, it's a great testing tool because it allows us to test firewall rules, test network performance, also remote OS fingerprint, and of course flood another machine. It has more options available, although we are just using it to try to flood Bob's machine. Okay, so back here on Alice, let's use the C to define the size of the packet and say it's a flooding. Now I'll go and type Bob IP address. Okay, and as you can see, with the ping we had just had some, it was really a small size packet. Now we are talking about megabytes. 7, 8, as you can see, it really is quite different just from a simple ping. And as you can see, it's quite some major data that it's coming. I'll just stop it. And this is a simple ICMP packet that are being sent as fast as possible. Now let's go a little bit more sophisticated and use a variant with system flood SYN. Okay, and to use this, well, we just had to add a S flag, and now we are using system packets. Okay, so it will also vary according to the network configuration that you have, but this is just a little variant. I mean, there's not much to add to it. And also we can hide our IP address. As you can see, we can say it's a bit fast. Yeah, there's more data incoming than we previously had. Okay, so we got system, we are building our flooding query. Now let's try a different one and make it even a little bit more complex. And we'll do this by adding a deflag 1 to 0, also a p tag. These were the settings that I found to cause the most impact between these two virtual machines. And also we can even set to use a random IP address. And if it works fine now, as you can see, it's getting even higher and higher. So this is the goal. Okay, the goal is to have really high incoming data to cause some flooding. So let's understand also what we are doing over here. Okay. So here we are sending a huge burst of TCP system packets. Also, the use of the push flag instructs the receiving side to bypass buffering and send data to the receiving application immediately. It also establishes a payload size of 1 to 0 bytes, and it floods the target using random sources IPs with this flag. Okay? So you are sending a huge burst of data, and on the other side, the data will be received. It will bypass the buffer and the application will receive it. I don't know if you can hear, probably not, but when I start this flooding over here on Alice, even my Mac computer fans, they start to go faster. Okay, so this is, to this case, this is what I found out to be the most comprehensive definition in order to flood Bob's machine, and as you can see, it's really, we are getting some quite high values over here. Okay, now since we are checking on some tools, we are going also to check nping. Okay, well, nping, it's quite the same as hping, it's just a different version that also has some different tools, and I'm going to use this. One great asset that I like about this tool is that you can choose a port, okay, where it will attack directly. We can also choose a rate, packet size. As you can see, we are going for high values. And let's see what's the output. Now the use of this query, the TCP connect, means that so I will just stop this. Now the use of the TCP connect flag over here means that nping will make a complete TCP connection, since otherwise nping will send just a TCP RST message after receiving the TCP system ACK by the target. Because of this, it was not possible to perform the TCP system flood attack, since it cannot prevent the final segment TCP RST from being sent. Okay, so as you can see, we have used two tools to flood another machine, and I sincerely hope that you not go around and flood some victim's IP. And this is just to give you an overall view of how the flooding works.